We're live. Actually, are we live? Yes, we're live, but I'm only showing you the Bobby's Bikes logo because we're raising funds for Bobby's Bikes. And I'm going to talk about a few things in the form of a question. I have several questions here that I want to go over, which I think are very, very important for those who are in sports that are running in big races in cities and medium races out in the country, wherever you are. Here are some questions that you should be interested in, and I'm going to go over what I think the answer is. So the first one up is what are the major city? Why are the major cities not allowing permits for running races? There are quite a few that are canceling their races. BDR canceled their Miami race, and not to mention the other ones, but there are ones throughout the western area states, and also even in the uh, middle area states, the Midwest. They are canceling some in big cities. Why? Here's part of the answer. The other is somewhat of speculation. It's too darn expensive. What's expensive? The permits are expensive. The police are expensive. Police can be anywhere from $40, $50 an hour for 4 hours. And if you have a 4 hour race, it gets up there. I have an anonymous source that told me that the St. Pete Festival needs 3,500 runners to break even. That is impossible, but they say they have to have that. So it's somewhat ridiculous to make a bet on getting 3,500 runners and just trying to get your costs, let alone a little bit of profit. So that's what's coming up. It's already happening. You know, you're going to have to check with some of the races. That's why what we have on Run Sign Up, we have insurance. So if something catastrophic happens, you have insurance, so you get a replacement fee. But you have to pay attention to what races and in what areas, especially big cities, are canceling. I think it's going to get worse for 2023. Why? Because things ain't cheap out there, boys and girls. It's not cheap. I mean, I've gone in, some things that I buy, and I don't pay attention that much to the price my wife does, but $1, $2 in the past year, that's crazy. Gas is starting to go up. It's not cheap. Now, a lot of these permits, they're raising their fees like in Miami and St. Petersburg, Sarasota, places like that. I don't know what they're doing in New York or say like Atlanta. I don't know what the fees are, but a lot of races are canceling, going virtual, and they're looking for other areas that do not have such an expensive tab to it in terms of police and permits. So that's why a lot of cities are telling races you got to pay the price or you can't run your race. Now, here's one thing that I got from a reliable source, and you probably don't think about this. You have 3,000 people at a race. They're going down the roads in a city. I heard that Homeland Security is putting restraints and telling the race director what they have to do because let's say, and this has happened over in France, let's say a car shoots out into the street and runs over 100 people. I mean, they did it in France, they did it in other areas. I mean, that's crazy. So they're telling the race director, you got to put up concrete barriers, and that is an unbelievable expense. So just keep that in mind. Next one. Do we need to look for resources in other countries rather than China? I buy metals from China. The freight with the pandemic, the freight has gone up considerably. But here's another thing a lot of people don't realize China is having a problem over there in terms of energy and in terms of supplies. Now, what does that mean? I was talking to a Chinese vendor over there, a distributor, and he said, I can't talk to you in the next 2 weeks. I have to shut our plant down. I said, why? They said, because of energy. Everybody has to shut down next 2 weeks because there's not enough energy supplies and they have to cut it down to supply the grid so we don't run out of electricity. I mean, that's crazy. Now, when we had extreme weather up here in North Georgia, they did turn the electricity out of the amount of people. It was like 2 below 0. The amount of people that are turning on the heater, and it's pumping and pumping and pumping in order to get you up to 72 degrees when it's a -2 outside. They had to turn the grid off for 10, 15 minutes in various areas in North Georgia. And here we are in 2023. And I feel like when I was a kid, where the supply, well, actually, it wasn't when I was a kid, in 1972, when they had the oil embargo and we were standing in line, well, standing in line, but yeah, some people were standing in line with the gasoline can. Some people were pushing their cars up. That was crazy. But here it comes again. The resources in China are going to be a problem. Now, I think we should be buying things from other countries, but it's difficult to get a good supplier or who you're going to trust with that. So just keep that in mind. How do we increase the Gen Z running registrations? Now, that's come up a lot in the news, and I can tell you from my experiences, say up in Gainesville, I have several races, 18 to 22-year-olds, uh, nil, very few, maybe one that races. They just don't get into it. Now, the resources tell me that they want to race fun or for now, a lot of the races, just about 99.9%, run or have their running race for a charity. So I don't know what they're saying for a particular purpose, but I can see about the fun thing. So that's a difficult bridge to cross because you have people that are elite athletes that want to run a marathon. There's other people that are average, and then those who just want to have some fun or maybe just walk the 5K. So who do you please there? So the Gen Z, I like that. It sounds like a spice. So that particular group, based on Run Sign Up, they are not signing up for races. It doesn't matter what kind they are, they're just not signing up. Next one, are runners confused about effective hydration for running? Yes, they are. Is water, okay, and sugar hydration? No, it is not. Sugar is not an electrolyte. It does not dissolve fast like an electrolyte. Sugar dissolves much slower than any other organic compound that you take in a particular soda or fruit juice, whatever you like. It dissolves slowly. What are electrolytes? Electrolytes are potassium, magnesium, sodium that are placed in a drink, say a electrolyte drink, that you drink in order to get your electrical system going, because they're the ones that have positive and negative ions. And I'm not going to get into chemistry, so it'll confuse you, but water is not an electrolyte that you think it is. If you're drinking water, that's fine. It's better than not drinking anything, but you need to drink water with an electrolyte or some kind of sports drink that has electrolytes in it. Now, there are some drinks that have electrolytes in it and also have compounds in it that will fuel you with energy. You're really not going to get any energy from electrolytes, but it is going to help your system perform your biological functions better than just drinking water. So that's what a lot of runners don't understand. And they don't understand before a major race like a marathon, they need to drink electrolyte fluids. Excuse me, electrolyte fluids an hour before the race, not just during the race. They got to do it before the race. Now, the last one is this: giveaways. Okay, we're having a giveaway. So anybody that jumps onto our streaming live stream with StreamYard, we have a giveaway. So been giving away. They're really neat. They're like you can put your iPhone or Android phone in it. It's plastic. You can actually swim with it. It's waterproof. It won't get water in it, and you don't have to take it out to press the letters or text or anything like that. It's pretty sharp, and we use that for a giveaway. So the next time that we have in the news, we're going to have a call-in number, and you can call in, ask a question, and we will answer it. So I will see you next time.